I think sometimes we feel like the Discord has to be active all the time, and that's something people look for. But, when you're talking about actually messaging and it feeling real and organic, you're usually not going to have a chat or a message chat that's just going off on fire for 24 hours a day, and if you are, you're probably putting it on mute or leaving the group kind of thing. So I think that makes sense.
And no one wants that. No one wants like having to feel constantly like they have to talk or engage somewhere just like for the sake of engaging. Like if you're doing that, you're lonely. Like,
hello, welcome back to the podcast. NFT Project here. We got Project DJ and Boy King Koi, the full crew in attendance, rocking and rolling. What we want to dig into in this episode is we feel like the podcast is here as a resource to help artists that are coming to the space. It's kind of like an onboarding podcast. So the artists we're going to interview, the people we're going to interview are always here to continue that motto and continue to allow to give you information that will help you grow in the space. But also, it's a little bit of selfish stuff here and there where we chuck in a couple episodes where we feel like we want to talk about something in particular.
Yeah,
but
it is our podcast.
It is our podcast after all.
Sometimes we want to talk about stuff.
Yeah, and we're allowed to. But today is particularly focused solely on you guys out there as artists listening in. We want to give you a concept that Aaron and I are actually part of, an NFT project, and how I feel like it could be backwards engineered into the simplest NFT project for an artist. And it's something we've kind of touched on a few times. I know Jai and I in particular have spoken about something that looks similar to this. And I know it sort of floats around the ether of, Twitter and people kind of talking about it as the easiest way, which is having a project where you launch and you already have enough fans. So you're probably going to need, so this is for artists, let's say with 500 plus fans. You've got 500 people that are following you on most of your socials, listening to your music. So you're getting upwards of maybe let's just say 50 to 250 monthly listeners on your Spotify. You just have that recurring database of people. So you've gotten over the initial hump and now you're in that, not middling, but like getting to the middle of the music industry. I think this project idea, chef's kiss, would absolutely suit you. It may, like, we continue to believe in it so much because of, well, I think what are we 4 months in now with Missing System?
3 months, I'd say 3 months in.
Yeah, we're about 3 months into receiving the gifts and just being inside the group, etc. So we're still in the early days, but it just feels like you've been a part of it forever. So to break it down properly, and I've talked about it before. It's the Mr. Consistent NFT. They sold 30 at $100 a pop. They initially did it as an April Fool's joke, so it didn't look like they were selling. They were like, "Yeah, we're selling an NFT." Jokes, and it was an empty bottle of air. They were like, "If you buy it, who knows?" And then after midday, non-fungible cocktail. And then after midday, they revealed that it was actually an NFT and that there could be some bonuses that come with it. So I think they pretty much sold out by lunchtime that day, which is, what's that, $3,000? 100 times 30, yep. $3,000. Yeah. So $3,000.
It's really like it's just they're like 30 is a small number for the scale that Mr. Consistent is. I reckon they could have sold 100, honestly.
Just wanted to dip their toe in.
Obviously it's like something so new for them and their customer base, really. So, obviously they didn't want to. It would have been, maybe like a little embarrassing if, you set the number too high and you didn't sell it out. So they chose a safe number, I think, that they could easily get to, which they did.
Yeah, correct. Which is something we also harp on a lot. We make sure you are playing within the boundaries of your fan base. Do not create a 10,000 plus NFT drop if you have 50 monthly listeners. It's just never going to sell. The perfect example, something that's just happened in the market, is Breezy. Chris Brown sold a 10,000 NFT drop, but because it wasn't promoted enough, they've sold 280, I think, currently.
Yeah, 280, and he's got what, millions of like
He has
Instagram,
1 million
social medias?
followers, on
Yeah.
social media minimum. So that's a perfect example of actually even having the fan base, but then not promoting it correctly and not having the right people in place that can help you reach the people that you need to reach.
How you
So
don't
what?
do it.
Yeah.
How not to do it.
So there are two ends to that scale, as we're saying. It's like you can have heaps of fans, but not connect with the people that are going to buy an NFT, and you can also have minimal fans and try to oversell it. So don't do either of those. Make sure you're planning ahead and you're easing yourself into the market. With this drop, and what interested me so much with it was I knew immediately that the $100 for what they were promising, you were automatically going to receive the value back. So as an artist, something that you could look at is if you already had 12 songs ready to go for the year, you could know, in a sense, you could pre-sell. So you go, okay, let's just say we'll continue to talk off $100. You could use the $100 mark and go, okay, well, this $100 is going to get you not only this NFT, but it will get you the next 11 NFTs. All have different it'll continue to be rarity games. So like there'll be rarer ones with extra bonuses, etc. But inside that, what you want to do is use some of that collateral to like have merchandise, have, special little, it doesn't even have to be merchandise. It can be gifts like a branded fucking USB with like never before heard tracks on there that you just didn't want to release. There can be so much that you can do inside that over that year space. Like it just continues to baffle me that we're in a place where artists are finding it really hard to get involved in the space when there's just, if you look at this idea, it's just so simple. It's just aim really small, but over deliver to that really small group.
You have all the assets ready to go. Like all of this stuff, if you don't already have it, can be done so simply and so quickly, and it's just like,
and so cheaply.
Really, yeah, I mean, there's no reason to dip your toe in. No reason not to dip your toe in.
Like things like sticker packs, like people, just little things that people appreciate, that getting it in the mail is just so like that in real life utility bonuses that can be added onto the NFT. But the biggest thing that we've found, and this is a big poo-poo to Discord, was having a WhatsApp chat. So for an artist that's looking at creating a very tight-knit small group, I recommend WhatsApp highly. People are using Telegram and stuff like that, but Telegram always feels scammy for me.
Telegram feels so scammy.
Feels like I'm a BTC trader from 1957.
Customer support bots that just message you to take your money. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is Web3, but it seems very dangerous at the best of times. Yeah. So I recommend WhatsApp, and it's going to be for the customers that don't operate in Web3. WhatsApp's just friendly, you're not trying to have to go outside of the realm of where you're already at. You just download the WhatsApp app, off you go, and it feels exactly like you're just texting off your mobile. Being inside that group, and we're kind of chatting a little bit off air about it, was you are in an echo chamber in a sense. Like if they've got, for Mr. Consistent, what they've done really well is it's not just, let's just say, their brand manager, it's like the owners and their marketing manager and their social media manager. Like they have 6 or 7 of the actual team members in there. And for an artist, that might be like your graphic designer, your producer, your engineer, like just people that are part of your brand, being in the chat as well. And just having that immediate access and being able to talk to each other. And like they had a new flavor come out. So this could be for an artist, a new song coming out, and you're like, hey guys, here's a new song. What do you think it's called? that immediately starts a chat up with everyone. They're like, oh, sick song, blah, blah, blah. I think it's called this. Okay, someone that whoever gets the closest will receive something extra. There's just really minuscule, easy things like that I feel just it's making it feel like home in a sense.
And like just an example of something that happened to me today in the group is I was buying a gift pack for my partner's mum for her birthday, and I'm like going onto the online store and using my discount code that I got with the NFT. What do? And
Send me the
there
code.
was like there was like an issue
We'll
with
put it show notes.
Aaron's discount code will be in the show notes, everyone.
And there was an issue on the website where I was like adding the gift card to the pack, but then I couldn't write anything on the gift card. So now I'm in a WhatsApp group with the boss dogs going, "Hey guys, just having a little issue here. Can you help me out?" And then I'm interacting with the owner of the brand, giving me help and going, "Yeah, give me your order number and I'll add it for you." And it's just like I have direct access to the highest people for that company right now in my WhatsApp group, and they've just helped me do an order. Like it's just like that access that you have to the people. So like take that for an artist, for example. Like you can have, maybe you've got some fans who are also producers and stuff. They now have access to you, and maybe they can ask for help on, how to produce this song, or like, what do you reckon of this? It's like the whole community and being in this small, tight knit group of people who are all kind of on the same wavelength and have the same interest is really, really cool. And it has so many benefits.
So how big do you reckon you can get these numbers before a WhatsApp becomes a little bit too hard to manage? What kind of numbers do you reckon we need to get to for that? Or do you think you can do this for 5,000 people how many people do we think you can get to? Because obviously there's going to get to a limit where it's like you can't have 5,000 people in one chat, right?
I would say 100 would probably feel comfortable.
Yeah, which is probably fine for most of artists that we're speaking about.
Yeah, the difference I think I feel with WhatsApp is that it does feel like a text message based communication, whereas Discord feels like an always on chat room, hop in, hop out, chat when you're there,
message board type,
hop out. Yeah. And because I'd say this WhatsApp group very rarely would someone just continue chatting over like a bunch of GM, good morning, how's everyone day? It's like there's
anyone mint anything good today?
It's like one of the staff would be like asking a question or something that like drives a conversation for a few hours, and then it kind of goes away until the next point or someone's got a question. So it definitely doesn't feel all on the board, which like I really like.
Yeah, that's awesome because I think sometimes we feel like the Discord has to be active all the time, and that's something people look for. But when you're talking about actually messaging and it feeling real and organic, you're usually not going to have a chat or a message chat that's just going off on fire for 24 hours a day. And if you are, you're probably putting it on mute or leaving the group kind of thing. So I think that makes sense.
And no one wants that. No one wants like having to feel constantly like they have to talk or engage somewhere just like for the sake of engaging. Like if you're doing that, you're lonely. Like,
yeah. And I know this is a little bit.
No offense. No offense to the lonely hearts out there.
It's a bit off topic to the Mr. Consistent, what they're doing, but like we've just implemented in Pixel Bands is we do a weekly announcement now. Like we do little announcements as they pop up, but same time every week, Wednesday for America, 6 p.m. There's an announcement where we wrap up everything that's happened in the last week and stuff that's coming up, so that people know, all right, I don't actually have to be in Discord 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can go in on a Wednesday or a Thursday when this is released, and I can check what's going on, and then I can say, oh, this is coming up. I've got to make sure I'm, in here for this or something like that. But I think that's something that we've just started, and everyone's loved it so far. The feedback's like, oh, that's so good. We don't have to, come in every day, because not everyone wants to do that. So I think that's going to be something that, as we move forwards, it's going to be perfect for.
that's what you noticed as well, Brock. We were talking about it the other day. It's like a lot of these projects are now like cleaning up their discords, removing all these different channels and stuff, and just putting like the bare bones in for what's actually necessary. Because I think everyone's kind of sick of,
Done.
a Discord server with 50 channels and just like multiple like conversations of nothing going on everywhere. It's just like it really all you need is an announcement channel and a general chat. That's it.
Yeah, everyone went way overboard last year with the amount of channels that they felt was necessary. Like like you've got 6 or 7 games inside certain channels, 20 language channels, like just on announcements, little announcements, big like just there was constantly in everything, like computer chat, NFT chat, trading chat, like it just
Sport chat,
was.
environment
And
chat,
this was
photo
in
chat.
this wasn't in just one Discord. This was in like every single Discord. You go in and you're like, there's no way I can keep track of any of this crap. So by the end of it, you're muting the whole channel and just turning their announcements channel on what, and then leaving it. And there are big, like some of the bigger NFT collections that we follow have literally dropped down to like three channels inside their three rooms inside their channel. So it's starting to show that kind of Discord, what's the right word, like burnout, has appeared, and everyone is kind of just getting to the point where it's like, yeah, cool, we get that Discords are useful, and we don't deny that, because in big situations, especially when you're looking at these bigger drops, like artists like Chainsmokers one, there's 10,000 people in there. They want to know what's going on, so you need a room that they can be in and chat to each other and then ask questions and access you. So they are useful, but yeah, you can get rid of fucking 95% of the garbage that are in them and trim them down to just that. Where are the holders? General chat, announcements.
Done.
That is it. maybe a social feed for people that are like can't be bothered or leaving Discord to go onto Twitter. That's it.
Yeah. All right, let's get back onto Mr. Consistent project. We got so sidetracked there.
Well, I think that kind of is a big part of it. Is like they have hit that. There's no the big. I think we're also saying off air. The biggest thing that's letting them down right now is they're not promoting how off the chain this is, like how good the group is, how much value they're giving us. Like if you were to calculate the recommended retail value of what we've received so far, it's probably like $500 minimum in stock and merch, which is 5 times the value of what we paid for it. And they haven't really said whether it's going past a year, but they also really haven't said whether it isn't. So this could be just forever for $100.
And while you guys have, gotten more value back than what you initially put out, like you said just before, Aaron was buying something because he's got the discount code. Like you are sort of like, not incentivized to buy, but because you're getting such good value from them, you're like, oh, well, I can get a discount. I can get this stuff. I like their products. There's good service. If I need anything, I can, ask them in the chat.
We're constantly talking about the product in the chat as well. So it's like, it's always on your mind. It's always back to the front
great
of your mind
marketing.
Going, oh, yeah.
There's at least 30 or 40% of the group that are buying, every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, as far as an artist goes, to have direct access like that to your fans, through a collection that they've paid to be a part of, and to just know that instead of, like, I just can see the long run in this. Like, if you wanted to look at yourself as an artist and you know that you had the skills and you were like 21 to 28 and you wanted to give yourself 5 years, I would do this immediately and start and like, spend the next 6 months to 12 months having the fan base. If you don't have it already, build that up. And if you do already, launch in the next 3 months, 6 months, and get that fan base together and spend the next 5 years slowly building that group up, because you'll have those that 100, that 1,000 fans that are just would bleed for you. And it's probably like, I can see it as a path. Like, it is clear. It's a clear path. Like, there's no, it would be impossible to waver from it once you put it in place, because it would be so easy, and it's exactly what everyone wants. Like, I am not, I bought the Missing Assistant NFT as a fan of my friends that run the business. But now I'm a part of it. I'm just seeing like every single small business, to me, small to medium business should be doing this. Every single small to medium artist should be doing exactly this. Like, the bigger artists should do exactly what Chainsmokers did, which is that big drop where they're giving free stuff to their fans, and they're not trying to get any monetary value, and they don't have to do anything extra. They just go, hey, here's some stuff, and from that you'll get some shit. Perfect. Best of luck. You know, because they don't. Well, they're bigger artists. They don't necessarily have the time to do that close hand holding stuff. But there's, you know, they still are doing a little bit of that. But yes, anything small to medium should be doing this drop exactly, and bringing their fans. You're creating. It's like, we talk about community so much, and this is what a community looks like. Like, I'm in it right now.
Yeah,
and I've had to give away most of my stock because I don't drink that much of it, you know. So, but even that, I was like, oh, cool. At least I've got some like gifts I can give to people that I know will drink it.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to go check out that episode with Chainsmokers, it's episode 28.
Yeah, great drop, that one. Were there any other points we wanted to bring up on?
I think it just I
me.
mean one of the like main, I guess, selling points for, I mean, us really is, you know, they didn't necessarily like disclose everything that they wanted to give to us with the thing, but they just like said, you know, our plan is to do this, merch drops, free product, like just all like easily disposable stuff that they've already got. They've already got product coming out the wazoo. They're sending it every day. They've already got merch. They're making it every day. So it's like they're all just using the assets that they already have. But, you know, you're getting it for
don't
free,
overthink it, basically.
You know? Like, yeah, it's just like, and we're so excited when we get a little merch pack come to our door every 2 months, you know, and we're like, oh, what's in this? What are we packed in? And it's just like, it just makes you feel good. You're like, hell yeah, my little investment
getting a present
off.
Well, I think this week I got, for the merch, I got the hat.
Whoa, don't spoil it. I haven't got mine yet.
Oh, sorry, bro. You got a bucket hat.
You're getting a hat, Aaron.
I'll mute.
Take your headphones off.
A bottle, bucket hat, and a little thing of like mixes, like dried mandarins to go as a mixer into your drink.
Yeah.
You can listen again, Aaron.
Going on. Just what I'm getting.
And that, like, just that little extra part of that was like, oh, like all I was expecting was the merch, but there was just more in it already. Like, and it's just, as Aaron said, it's just so easy for them to do that. And we're not saying every artist is going to have an unlimited amount of money, but what I'm saying is, instead of spending $5,000 on a music video, spending $3,000 on, you know, some new keyboard that you need to like, you want to change your music style, like, save that money and do something like this, where you can actually reward the people that are there listening to your music right now. And if you get those people together, that'll form a bigger group. They will slowly form into something bigger, because they will all be talking about it, like we are right now, about their experience inside that group. And that will only continue to grow it, because then every 6 months.
And load it out. Everyone's
because if you imagine it like this, you start it really small, whatever, however big your fan base is, and you work backwards. Every 6 months, you could be dropping a few more and adding more people in. Just going, okay, I think the group's good now. I think I've got a hang of this. Yep, I still got some new music to go. I still know where we're going. And you can just keep on adding and adding and adding and adding to the group until you hit a ceiling, and you're like, okay, cool. well, okay, I can't have 100 people in the chat anymore. We've got like 1,000 people that are interested in buying NFTs. Sweet. I'll open a Discord.
Now I've got a community and can start a if you want to do a big project, if you want to do a 10,000 collection, then you might be able to, because you've got that fan base already that are going to be avid fans.
It's this real belief in that. And I've watched it personally from being inside a project for 6 months. It is difficult to sell people on getting in a Discord and then keeping them in there until the NFT's out. So there's just no reason in opening a Discord early. There's no reason in trying to build a big one when you just don't have the fan base there. Just don't bother with the old blueprint, this initial blueprint that everyone's still trying to follow. Just piss it off. NFTs are the utility, are the thing that people want to be a part of. They want to be a part of they're trying to collect you, the artist. So if you already have the fans, give them something to collect, but reward them for that. And you don't have to reward them monetarily, reward them with connection. And that's what I think the point I'm trying to make with all this is the connection I've found inside this NFT group for this collection. It has just been great. Like, it's almost like a pickup chat, and it's at some point, like if you wanted to.
What are we talking about here? You trying
like,
to pick up and
everyone's flirting with each other in this chat. It's hilarious. But it's because we all know we're fans of this one thing. Like, we're all being it's probably the nicest chat I've ever been in my life, because we're all fans of one thing, and we all understand that, and we're all being really nice and having hilarious chats about drinks and partying and like sharing personal stuff. Like, it's coming naturally. And it just made the light bulb clicked like a couple of weeks ago. And I just think that it is the perfect and easiest blueprint that anyone could copy and roll out for themselves.
NFTs are the tool that builds community. That's what I keep saying.
And if you'd like to
Bingo.
into the community, I'll sell you my Mr. Consistent NFT for 5 ETH.
5 ETH.
5 ETH.
Man, you could easily, I reckon you could sell it for 0.5 pretty easy. And someone would still receive the value.
Yeah.
So think about it, guys. We're on here shilling NFTs.
All right, sweet. I'd like to just say to anyone out there who's listening to, if you guys have topics or things you want us to talk about, like, we've got plenty in the bank, but we always want to know what everyone out there wants to hear, what you guys are interested in. If there's anything you want to know more about that we can maybe do a bit of a deep dive on or research, just reach out to us, hit us up on the Twitter, NFT Project Pod, and just let us know what you want to hear more of, because we're here to sort of, shine light on things and educate on things that people want to hear about. So let us know what it is you may want to hear about. I think we should do something on record labels soon. There's been a bit of talk about that lately. I think that might be a good one. So we might do a bit of looking into that and have a chat about that. So, but yeah, anything else about Mr. Consistent one, boys? Thanks for letting us know when it dropped too, by the way. Cheers for that.
I swear we told everyone.
Yeah, I reckon we talked about it.
The NFT Cult group got it updated straight away.
Might have, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't in there.
Sorry, buddy, mate. You snooze, you lose. It was probably because it was an ETH. That's why.
Yeah,
probably. I didn't have any ETH. All right, too easy. All right, sounds like it, boys.
Yeah, perfect. Great chat, guys.
Thanks.
See ya, everyone.